your table and your graph, these are the two places where you are going to earn the highest score. So you must build these two very well if you want to score very high. So let's look at the mistakes that students usually make that usually trigger their low performance. Let's go and study it now. Let's start by studying the table and looking at the mistakes in the table. Mistakes that students make on the table. Costly mistake. One is writing the quantity without units. Okay, if you do that, you will lose up to 1 mark here. So all this must be written with their corresponding units. Alright, then writing whole numbers here without putting them in decimals. Okay, instead of writing 1.00, you are writing just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or here you are writing 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. No, it must be 0.00. So not writing it that way, you are losing half mark for each of them. So that's very costly. Alright. Then 3, mistake is shading. You are shading. Okay? Why are you shading? You are shading because you're not sure what you are writing. So you are making mistakes, you are shading. So your words are not properly presented. So this is a very huge mistake that you must avoid. Please avoid it. Alright? Then these values from the these given values must be to 2 decimal places. So now put it into 2 decimal places, and values from your instrument must also be to the 2 decimal places. So now putting it at 2 decimal places, it means you are already losing marks. Okay? Instead of 46.70, you wrote 46.7. That's gone already. The mark for this is gone. So you must, if you have 46.7, just add 0. Okay, behind it. Is that taken so that you don't lose marks from it? Then the next one is calculated values. Okay, not expressed to 3 dp, at least 3 dp. Okay, if you don't express to 3 decimal places, you are already losing marks for this. Okay, so you must ensure that you place your values, calculated values. All these calculated values must be to 3 decimal places, or else you lose marks. So these are some of the common mistakes that students make in the exam hall. Very costly. Please avoid these mistakes. Alright, and ensure that you don't make them so that you don't become victim of these mistakes. Okay, now just take a look at them. Just take a good look at them and see how they are presented. So that's very important. Please be neat on that day. How do you ensure you are neat? You make sure that your these values are written with pencil first. Alright, before you actually change them to pen. Now let's look at the graph, which is another area, very important area where you can score high. One of the mistakes is not tightening your graph. Okay, that's -1/2. Not writing your scale. Another -1/2. Not properly drawing your axis. That is another -1/2. Okay, you don't draw it properly and you didn't put arrowhead. Okay, this one alone, the origin, indicating the origin, that's -1/2. Okay, then properly choosing your scale. Choose it such that your graph will occupy 1/3, at least 1/3. But it can occupy the entire graph, no problem. But at least it should not be, your graph should not be too small. It should occupy at least 1/3 of the entire graph page. So if you don't do that, that is, you are already losing marks. Okay? Then when plotting your points, plot it properly. Plot it properly. These points must be properly plotted. Any point that is wrongly plotted is -1/2 already. Then when drawing your line of best fit, you are drawing your line of best fit. Make sure you draw a very nice line. Let it be a line of best fit. Don't just draw a line. Okay? You can see that this line is a typical line of best fit. How do you know? You see the points that are out, that falls out of the line. They are equally distributed. You can see it. Okay? But if they are odd, one may be here, 2 may be here. Okay? Then here we have 2, 2. So the points that falls out are equally distributed. So this is a very good line of best fit. That's taken. Then for your slope, okay, this point that did not fall on the line, you see, if you don't circle it, you have already lost the marks for it. Okay, if you don't circle, you must circle it to show that you still have them at heart. Okay, but due to some experimental errors, they were kicked out of the line of best fit. Is that taken? Then when calculating your slope, if you use a small triangle, you are going to lose mark. Don't use a small triangle for the slope. Alright? Don't use a small triangle for this. So you must use a very big triangle, not too large, but fairly big triangle. Fair, okay? Yeah, let's go back to the axis. If you don't label these axes with their units, quantity and the units, okay? Quantity and the units. Here too, the quantity and the units. If you don't label it, you're already losing marks. That is half marks already going. Alright? Then, just by drawing a large triangle, okay? Drawing a large triangle, what has happened? You have already scored half a mark. Is that taken? Then when calculating your slope, don't forget to add the SI unit, the unit itself. Alright? When you calculate your slope, calculate it properly. Make sure it is well calculated, then add your slope, add the unit to it. Then for the intercept, where this straight line cuts the vertical axis is the intercept. So you can see that this intercept here is 0.40. So it's 0.40 V inverse. Alright? 0.40 V inverse. That is the intercept. The unit is per volt. So that is 0.40 per volt. So that is exactly how to score high here. Do not make any of these mistakes. Ensure that you go over it. Okay, go over this video. Go over it. Okay, repeatedly, and ensure you keep doing it until the day you are going to write your exam. So you've seen the mistakes and you have seen how to correct it. Okay, now that you have seen it, it is time for you to study it. Ensure you don't fall into the same trap on that fateful day when you write your examination. If you have derived something from this video, please smash the like button and also subscribe. Okay, then you can also share this video to students who are writing NECO. Okay, who are also writing NECO Physics examination. Alright, so I wish you success.